Hello, Stormworkers. Today I'm going to be introducing to you guys the SS Ivy, my newest container ship. So we're just going to hop on the deck. So she can store about 12 containers, and there's markings for each one so that you can easily see from the gantry. There's also a power box in front, and there's one in the stern as well. It's just the front, what do we call it? Mast. It's the gantry. We'll get to that later. It's the stern power box. Alright, let's go inside. So we're gonna come back to this floor, but we're just gonna go to the basement for now. So the only way to get to the basement is through the elevator, but there are stairs for the other floors of the ship. Just the control room. Here we've got like everything. Here's a switchboard, you get a nice little seat, and you can control all breakers. There's build pumps. This is the master build pump. It turns out all build pumps, obviously. There's also CCTV, 20 cameras total, scattered everywhere on the ship. This is what the ends look like. 9 cylinders, 5x5, each with their own radiator. Let's start it up. Fuel valves. Usually I set it to 8 RPS because that seems to be the most stable RPS out. And then we'll turn the clutch. And then we'll pilot later, but there's also flywheels, generators. There's a generator on each side of the ship. Pulling side of the engine room. So we're gonna go downstairs. So here's the filtration room. Ultra, we have lights. There is the control room for the filtration room. Here you can obviously filter water, and there's also electrolyzers to get hydrogen and oxygen. That's a bilge pump right here. And down here is just the service hatch where you can see all the water pipes and then simulators. I think that's how you pronounce it. This engines look like up close. Okay, that's all the ones. I'm just gonna. There we go. So on the left side of the panel here, there's other stuff like the diesel tanks. We can have quite a bit of diesel stored on the ship at once. And there's also 4 centrifuges, and this is the master clutch for all of them. That clutch needs to be on for all of them to be activated. It is catalog, obviously, as you saw. Here's the fuel tanks. This is where we store all the diesel. And this is the centrifuges. We've got 4 and their own little unique control rooms. Here's where you can individually control the clutches to each centrifuge. The dense water pumps, anchors, all that stuff. And by the current close. And then over here is just a giant tank for all the dense water. And now we're gonna go back. So there is 6 batteries on board the ship, each in their own independent battery locker. And their own charge, whatever. You really only need to use one, but There's 6 in case, like, you need more. Better be prepared than not prepared. Actually, let's go to the bridge. So here's the view from the bridge. Well, from around the bridge. Now let's go inside. So here's the helmsman. You can just turn on the clutch, turn the prop pitch, and gear shift. There's also exterior lights, navigational lighting, and logo lights. You can turn, but it turns a little heavy. So the ship can go rather fast, at about 70 knots right now. There are also 2 anchors. Let's just go around the entire panel here. So here's the power for the communications master's area. You can turn on like a video receiver, but for now, just like that. So you got a transponder, all that fun stuff. So each of these monitors, well, mainly these 2, are made using microcontrollers from Steam Workshop. And that's because I just can't like design microcontrollers because it's just way too advanced for me. So you can check out the links which are on the Steam page for the ship. So this is the gantry controller. I don't know if it'll work when we're in motion. Oh, it actually will. So usually you have to keep it stowed because the ship does have high acceleration, as you may have seen. And because of that, you need to keep it stowed, because otherwise it'll just launch into the center of the ship. Yes, gantry. Turn it. Do whatever. It doesn't seem like it wants to turn right now. Don't know why. There we go. Now it wants to turn. We can go forward, backwards, left, right, and then up and down a little. That's pretty much it. Make sure I stow it once I'm finished, and it'll store it back into position. So now let's take the stairs this time. So as you can tell, we're going pretty fast. And then on the left here, there's the microcontrollers for most of the things in the ship. Mainly the bridge and that stuff. And then over here, this is the main habitat. We got a fridge that doesn't really work. A dining room table. We're going actually so fast that I can't even stay in one place. So this TV just shows the transponder. This room does have lights, of course. And this is the dormitory. We got all the beds here. Red lighting, so it's a little less bright. And this is the bathroom. Small, but required. Alright, now we're gonna take the elevator to go to the first floor. I'm not even walking anymore. I'm just getting pulled back. Alright, now here's the infirmary. You got your beds, anything for basic medical response. Bathroom, because you just need those always. There's a nice fish tank, nice and calming. So when you're sitting down in the bed, you can kind of just look at it, admire the fish tank. And here is the 2 cabins on the ship. Small, simple, come with bathroom. And over here is the main supply room. You got everything you'll need and more, including this nice little engine that is capable of refueling or refilling the scuba tanks. I'm trying to put it there. Let's go back to the bridge. Alright, yeah, we'll just chill in this area. So here's the radio, because I actually didn't realize we never actually talked about Loadmaster. So let's go up there. So here's the Loadmaster. You've got your 3 ballast tanks that are inside of the hull, one in the bow, one in the center, and one in the stern. Here you can also release the containers and see what containers are connected. And this is where you can use that channel. And that is essentially it for the entire ship. Thanks for watching. Happy Stormworks and Stormworkers.